The year is 235. The Battle of Valkus resulted in a bloody stalemate, with knights on both sides being killed. Patensis had a card up his sleeve, a brave mage from the Order of Olus. Yet he was too inexperienced. As the Knights of Inga charged forth, the mage cast a spell, but it failed. It blew up in his face, killing him and damaging King Patensis. Now a year later, Patensis marches with the retinue towards Arcinium to make peace with his brother. He's expected. What he doesn't know is that his brother is already laying in wait for him, eager to reunite the kingdom without him there.
Hey guys, so this will be the scenario we'll be playing. We're going to start off with argenmasse. So they're going to deploy all their troops in a marching column with Patensis, the king. He's going to be at the front. Afterwards, the enemy, Sorgan, can deploy units within 3 inches of any board edge, but they have to be at least 6 inches from an enemy unit. At most, we can only place 2 units at the edge of the board, the designated board edge, so that way I can't block the king and then instantly win. For the first turn, Sorgan will immediately win the initiative, so they'll get to go first. The battle will only last up to 10 turns. If the king, Patensis, isn't off the board edge by turn 10, we're going to count up the points and then see who wins. And the designated board edge is the one behind him, so the one where the 2 units are at the back and where also the Valkyrie or the road is. For the points, every turn that Patensis can survive, they'll get 1 point. If he makes it off the board edge, the designated board edge, by doing the move action, they instantly win, because the idea here is he just needs to escape. If Prince Marcus is killed, argenmasse will gain an additional 2 points, so that will help if they're kind of being stuck. For Sorgan, it's a lot simpler. If I kill King Patensis, I gain 5 points. For each 100 points a unit will cost, I will gain 1 point. So if I kill a unit of knights, which cost 200 points, I'll get 2 points. And that is the scenario we'll be playing.
First up, we have argenmasse. At the front of the column, we have King Patensis with 2 royal guard. They both have halberds and are, without a doubt, the finest warriors on this battlefield. Behind them, Valkus City Watch, armed with halberds as well. They're pretty good, but we'll see if they last. Behind them, more Watch with crossbows, a vital ranged element that will add a tactical depth to the battle. Behind them, Knights of Lothern. They are incredibly dangerous and will be instrumental in achieving victory for the argenmasse player. Behind them, Mounted Sergeants. They're not very good, but they are fast, and we'll see if that's enough. Behind them, Household Sergeants. They won't kill much, but they'll hold the line. And last, but certainly not least, 4 Mounted Knights. They will have to hold off 4 times their number at the rear of the column in order for the king to escape. Let's hope they can do it.
My army list, it is headed by Prince Marcus, the cunning and fucking evil brother. He's over there with 1 bodyguard. Then we have a unit of household sergeants. They only have spears. Blocking the front of the column here, we have a unit of mounted knights, ready to strike down the king. In the back, we have another unit of sergeants blocking the path, with a unit of mounted knights there. We then have another unit of household sergeants, and hidden over here in the farmstead, a unit of Knights of Theowen. Very deadly, very vicious. Then to end it off, we have a unit of Bidowers, or foot levy with bows, and a unit of 4 more household sergeants with spears. So it's shaping up to be a good battle, and I guess we'll see who wins. At the end of turn 1, first off went these knights, and they charged into the Valkus City Watch. They killed 3 of them with the lances. They passed their morale check, but he didn't make any successful hits. King Patensis, before the knights charged, managed to flee over to there. Prince Marcus ran over this way to avoid the king, because he doesn't want to die. The column broke off. The crossbowman unit tried to shoot at Marcus, scoring a hit, but Marcus used both his fate. The Knights of Lothern walked over. My sergeants moved. Over here, my sergeants moved from the corner. My levy bowman shot at the Knights of Lothern over here, giving 1 damage. They're fatigued now. The Knights of Theowen also moved over. In here, these sergeants stayed put. Over here, these 3 units got into a massive melee. The Knights of Sorgan actually got repelled back and took 4 wounds. Over here, there's no wounds, and no wounds for the sergeants, but they did get fatigued. These sergeants moved up and these sergeants moved up. And that is the end of turn 1.
Turn 2 was very lethal. Plenty of knights and sergeants alike were brutally murdered, some putting a bit more of a fight than others. Here, the Sorviginians lost a single knight, and the argenmasse force lost 2 sergeants. In the centre, you might notice the sergeant unit from argenmasse is gone. They were wiped out in a single turn. The Valkyr's City Watch crossbows tried to fight some sergeants, but they were beaten back and took a loss. The Knights of Lothern are fighting Prince Marcus. It's quite balanced, surprisingly. He's holding on quite well. The archers of Sorvigen, they sat around doing nothing, took a break. They lost their fatigue. The sergeants moved up onto the flank. The prince turned around to fight the knights. The combat was quite a stalemate. No one really took massive losses. However, to show you what losses have been sustained over the past 2 turns, this is the argenmasse loss. We have 3 halberd, a crossbow, an entire unit, and two sergeants, obviously. And Sorvigen has lost a single knight. So it's going quite well.
This is the end of turn 3. You might see some units are missing. My army is gone. Over here, King Pratenses held his own over here against some combat, getting some wins. The one Valkyr's City Watch killed a guy, and they did nothing. They ran. Prince Marcus died, but he did get some wins off. The middle here collapsed, but this unit here did get a lot of fatigue and damage. Over here, the remnants of argenmasse's troops were taken down. And then when Prince Marcus died, we had to roll morale. What's left are the levy, 3 sergeants, 4 knights, 4 sergeants, 3 knights. The units that routed, we have 4 knights of Theowen, and then 8 household levies, as well as the one guy who died from the person, and the death of Marcus and his guard. It's shaping up.
End of turn 4 has seen some dramatic changes in the field. Most of Sorvigen's army has been routed or killed. The little that remains are fatigued and damaged knights, some on the verge of collapsing. They have a unit of sergeants left who are mostly ready to go, but facing them are effectively fresh royal guards and just very good units. The next turn is probably going to be the last.
This is the actual end of turn 5. Over here, King Pratenses slaughtered the last remaining knights. This unit here stayed still, recovering 1 fatigue. Same with Jim. Love Jim. Over here, the cavalry and the sergeants slaughtered the Knights of Lothern, giving each unit here an extra fatigue. These knights are very, very exhausted. So, I think next turn might be it.
The end of turn 6, we were both wrong. The battle is not over. It's probably going to be a couple more turns before they engage properly, but the remaining Knights of Sorvigen are beyond exhausted. They're just ruined. The levy, the sergeants, they're moving over to engage with what remains, the knights, the guard, the watch. The unit of bowmen perched on the hillside. They have finally been taken care of in a single strike. They didn't last long. At this point, it's a foregone conclusion, but maybe Sorvigen can pull something out of the bag. Let's see.
7. The next turn will be it. My knights have moved up. They're extremely fatigued. His knights have moved up a bit. Jim is still here. They have moved up. My sergeants have moved up. This will be it. And Sorvigen will probably lose.
End of turn 8. The battle has come to a close. Somewhat predictably, the forces of Sorvigen have been annihilated. They are all dead or routed, though argenmasse has paid a very heavy price.
The battle has come to a conclusion. Sorvigen has 6 points for killing 600 points worth of troops, and argenmasse has 8 points for making it to turn 8, plus 2 for killing Prince Marcus, which is 10, meaning argenmasse is 1. If you want to see the scenario, here it is, as well as the lore. And thank you for watching.
I hate Sorvigen.